Ciao a tutti ragazzi, benvenuti a questa nuova live. Ciao Rollo, ciao. Il mio fan numero uno Rollo, sempre il primo qui a guardare questa brutta faccia, ma insomma, tutti abbiamo i nostri gusti. Oggi continueremo, aspettate che giusto un po' la telecamera. Ciao Andrea Pippo. Oggi continueremo Ritorno al futuro, Back to the Future, il gioco. Naturalmente grazie a una patch che mi è stata detta dal mio amico Roger Stellare, che anche lui ha un canale su Twitch, e vi dico di andarlo a seguirlo. E mi sono scaricato questa patch dove finalmente ho i sottotitoli in italiano, così lo possiamo leggere in italiano ma non in inglese. Lo continueremo con questa patch italiana. Ma poi con le ciance andiamo subito al gioco. Aspettate che... ecco qui che arrivo, speriamo che si vede bene. Aspettate che vedo che se tutto vede bene. Controllo audio, ok, credo. Ecco, come si vede lo schermo ragazzi? Si vede bene? Lo schermo del gioco. Si è mossa qualcosa qui. Dobbiamo aggiustare, si è mosso qualcosa qui. Aspettate ragazzi che aggiusto un po' lo schermo perché lo vedo che ho cliccato. Vedo lo schermo un po'... questo così, ok. Aspettate. Lo vedo un po' piccolo. Sembra tutto ok. Grazie Rollo. Io lo vedo un po' piccolo. Ecco, così si vede meglio, credo. Sì, così si vede. Sì, aspettate. Sposto un po' questo perché c'è. Ecco qui. A me sembra bene. Ok. Credo che così vadi bene. Sposto lo schermo sull'altro. Dove andare? Che legua. Ok, partiamo subito col gioco. Ecco qui si sente il rumore. Sembra tutto ok. Allora, continuiamo il gioco. Viene la DeLorean che va a tutto fuoco. Si sta caricando il gioco. Sabato 13 giugno del 31. Avete visto ragazzi, finalmente non andiamo subito dal hint per vedere, ma telefona alla residenza Brown.
Psst, Doc!
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
Ciao Teosis 1705. Che ci deve fare con questo numero?
How do you remember this phone number after 50 years?
It's a mnemonic for a dirty punchline I learned when I was 12. Now, get to the soup kitchen and find out where I am.
How do you remember this phone number after 50 years?
It's a mnemonic for a dirty punchline I learned when I was 12. Now, get to the soup kitchen and find out where I am.
È sempre bellissima la grafica delle tue live, grazie Rollo.
Where have you been all this time? I missed you.
I've missed you too, Marty. But I thought it was important to let you live your own life for a while, free from the insanity of time travel.
I gotta admit, it was nice to not have my family history blowing up in my face for a few months.
Besides, I've been busy raising my own unpredictable
Se mi
teenagers.
ricordo bene, siamo andati già nella...
How'd you wind up in jail in 1931 anyway?
During my trip to the past, I decided to look into one of Hill Valley's
Non
unsolved
chiedere
mysteries.
queste cazzate
The fire
così.
at the
Che
speakeasy.
tagliamo uno
Exactly.
a una,
I thought I was
ragazzi.
safely hidden across the street. But when the fire started, there was a
Anche
tremendous
il gioco che ho
explosion,
portato
and I was
ieri
knocked
mi è piaciuto
unconscious by a
tanto,
stray brick. When I woke up, I
Speriamo di
was here
punirlo.
in jail, charged with arson.
That's horrible.
I know.
Questo lo sto
I
giocando
still
dal
don't know who
PC,
started the fire.
La versione PC.
What do you know about Edna Strickland?
Edna, we never really socialized when I was younger. She was a few years older than me, and we traveled in different socioeconomic circles. Why do you ask?
She thinks you're a hero for burning down that speakeasy. She's doing a story on you.
A story? Oh, yes, now I remember. Ask Edna, the etiquette column that doubled as a pro-temperance soapbox. She believed that the consumption of alcohol would inevitably lead to a complete societal breakdown.
Sounds like a fun gal.
You should have seen her when the hippies started showing up in the 60s. She just somehow lost her mind.
That would explain a lot.
Come sta la famiglia?
So how are Clara and the kids?
They're fine, fine. Right now we're trying to decide where to send Jules and Vern to college. Clara prefers the 2020s, but I'm partial to the 1960s. We're planning on visiting you and Jennifer in 2011
Io
soon.
capisco
You mean
l'inglese, ma
Jennifer
non
in
ci sono
2011?
Oh,
sottotitoli.
forget I said anything.
Ci sono sottotitoli Guardate, sì, quando parlano loro non ci sono quello, la versione italiana, mi dispiace. Ma almeno le risposte sono in italiano. Buonasera ragazzi, ciao Normesel! Benvenuto anche tu al canale. Ragazzi, come dico, entrate tutti su Twitch. La faccio solo su YouTube anche. Primo per salvarmela su YouTube e secondo per quelli che hanno un problema della connessione, così su YouTube è un po' più facile da vedere. Ciao Enel Massa, benvenuto anche a te. Benvenuto. No, andiamo.
Hang in there, Doc.
Not the best choice of words, Marty.
Dovremmo andare dove c'è. Fammi vedere. Se ricordo bene qui. Sì, dobbiamo andare qui e usare il telefono per chiamare il numero. Se la luce sia con te.
Biff? Kid! Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannin to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher
Think,
anymore.
Shut it.
McFly,
If one of those
think.
subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right. That's better. What are you looking at,
Non
punk?
devi fare i pugni.
Keep your eyes on the soup, kid. Well?
Well, what?
Sì, sì.
What are you still
Me ne
doing
ricordo
here?
Sorry, kid. I'll
Quella
just
parte
run back
nel
to the
film,
safe house.
You do that.
del film per
And
cui tu
McFly?
sono
Yes?
uno dei
That
miei
hat's too
preferiti.
flashy.
Credo che
You better
uno
let me hold on
dei
to
film
it.
preferiti, quelli che
Now
seguono le
scram!
cose retro,
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
Ciao Salvatore! Salvatore, se vieni su Twitch è meglio. Se la tua
What are those tables
connessione
for?
ti dà
Keep a few extra
la
tables
forza di
around
vederlo su
for our
Twitch,
end of the
meglio,
month
ragazzi.
obo
Che
soirees.
poi facciamo un raid a qualcuno. Facciamo sto piacere a qualcuno. c'è il telefono. Parliamo, vediamo se non possiamo...
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Vediamo se dobbiamo usare il telefono.
Brown residence.
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
Che c'era scritto che non ho capito. Ciao Max Rock! Grande Salvatore che è venuto su Twitch. Max Rock, se poi vieni su Twitch anche tu, ci fai un piacere. Scusate che l'ho dato, non ho capito.
Brown residence.
Ma no, cerca il giovane Emmett Brown. Devo cercarlo, ma mi ha detto il numero. Ecco, devo usare questo, no? Ecco, lo uso.
Brown residence.
Ho usato il telefono. Ti sei iscritto al torneo di Alex? È certo che mi sono iscritto, E certo. Aiuto. Alla controparte adozione di Doc è un precisamente di legge nel tribunale. La controparte adolescente di Doc è un partecipante in legge nel tribunale. Devo trovare come si farà. Fammi vedere la storia. No. Io mi volevo scrivere ma ho un connessione pessima, allora ho rinunciato. Non c'hai porta della cucina? Telefono, ok, riprogrammo, ho messo un numero, vediamo se non mi risponde. Grazie.
Brown residence.
No, dobbiamo trovare qualcos'altro, ragazzi. Vediamo se non possiamo parlare con lui.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Che cazzo devo fare allora, adesso? Forse devo ritornare da Dr. Brown? Fammi vedere.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help.
Iscrizioni.
Those who once ate delicacies are destitute in the street. Cheery.
Tribunale.
For we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Actually, I won't be born for about 40 years.
Proviamo il processo.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help.
È quello che sto per fare. Perché lì mi ha detto che non mi può. Proviamo. Soup Kitchen, cucina di zuppa.
Psst, Doc.
Morty, how goes the escape plan?
So, according to the British guy on the phone, you're working at the courthouse.
Of course. In the summer of 31, my father made me work as a junior clerk.
That doesn't sound like any fun.
I hated every minute of it. My father was, strict. In any event, you should head over to the courthouse right away and introduce yourself to me.
Where'd the DeLorean come from? The last time I saw it had been smashed to pieces by a train.
It's a fantastic story. Do you remember when the DeLorean got struck by lightning in 1955?
Yeah?
Unbeknownst to either of us, the lightning produced a temporal duplicate of the time machine, one that was tossed 70 years into the future.
What?
I found out about it during a trip to 2025 and recovered it just in time to stop Griff Tannen from vandalizing the time stream.
Heavy. So that DeLorean...
is for all intents and purposes the exact same machine as the original. Plus or minus little bells and whistles I've added over the years, of course.
How'd you wind up in jail in 1931 anyway?
During my trip to the past, I decided to look into one of Hill Valley's unsolved mysteries.
The fire at the speakeasy.
Exactly. I thought I was safely hidden across the street. But when the fire started, there was a tremendous explosion, and I was knocked unconscious by a stray brick.
Sembrano le voci quelli originali, no, ragazzi?
Charged with arson.
Beh, sarebbe bello se c'erano il doppiatore italiano.
I still don't know who started the fire.
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
No!
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's Tannen is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma.
Devo andare adesso
What was her
a
name
trovare
again?
lui quando era
Sylvia.
giovane
Right,
dentro il
Sylvia.
tribunale.
What does a law clerk do anyway?
Horrible paper shuffling task, but that's unimportant. Get yourself to the courthouse and find me.
Ho visto? Devo andare al
Hang in there,
corte
Doc.
adesso. Veramente la storia continua veramente dal terzo capitolo, no? Come vedete ha detto che ha recuperato la Dolore dal passato. Lui è già sposato quella donna che ha sposato nel terzo capitolo, che non so dove la pure. Con Einstein. Sta ancora cagando nel palco. Cazzo devo passare. Dove cazzo è la corte? Lì è il banco, non c'è banco. Dobbiamo passare qui, non dal palco, da fuori. E poi da fuori dobbiamo passare. Cammina associato. Nel museo vieni è lo stesso a fare il tifo. Cazzo, non mi fa passare. Perché non mi fa passare? Ci proviamo dal palco, ma dal palco non mi ha fatto passare neanche. Ecco, da qui mi ha fatto passare. diciamo, comunque il gameplay non è che è così tanto. Ecco qui, l'abbiamo
Touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Papa, I mean, Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally, H2A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than expectation value of H, right?
Dove cazzo è andato?
Or do we take H stand for the line up? In case H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation value, but only if the coefficient of friction remains constant and the gravitational constant.
Devo seguirlo per forza.
How many newtons are required to maintain a constant mass if acceleration is reduced by the inverse derivative of the speed relative to the speed of light?
Devi registrare il conto del registratore. Appare più avanti.
Well, no. I'm gonna be the inverse.
Hello?
No solicitors!
Cazzo, è uscito. Grazie per il beat, Norman Sir. Sempre molto gentile. Quanto cazzo cammino?
Now, if H stands for a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally H2A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than expectation value of
Sì, sono andato a trupinare Max Rock, ma questo è uscito e devo riseguirlo.
Well, no. I'm gonna be the inverse.
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society
Mr.
together.
Corleone.
And we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
So, Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night, but today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda. What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Il dialogo lo state sentendo, ragazzi, non è che basta il volume, no?
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Sembra un po' spaventato.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science. Oh, no.
I don't need to go in there anymore.
Now, if H stands for a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally H2A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than expectation value of A, right? No. What am I missing here?
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong, wrong, wrong. No friction remains constant and the gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible? Oh, let's start over. Force
Quanto
equals mass
cazzo
times
dobbiamo
acceleration, of course.
correre
That's
dietro di lui?
Newton. But how many newtons are required to maintain a constant mass if acceleration is reduced by the inverse of it?
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character!
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty.
Well, no.
Marty cammina come un
Will you
ossuto.
just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. Line operator. But in that case, h to the a multiplied by the inverse of a might well be equal to a's expectation value, but only if the coefficient of friction remains constant and the gravitational
Forse
constant is
dobbiamo
variable.
portare qualche
Wait,
altra
is that even possible?
informazione. Devi
Now, if
registrare
h stands for
col
the
registratore.
one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally h2a
Devi
multiplied by the
registrare col
inversion of
registratore. E dov'è il registratore? Aspetta.
h has to come out less than expectation value of a.
No.
Right, no. What am I missing? Well, no.
Perché devo registrare col registratore? Non capisco.
No. Not possible. No.
Nah.
Now, if h stands for the one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally h2a multiplied by the inversion of h has to come out less than expectation value of a, right? No. What am I missing here? Or do we take h to stand for the Hermitian line operator? But in that case, h to the a multiplied by the inverse of a might well be equal to a's expectation value, but only if the coefficient of friction remains constant and the gravitational...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. What's Newton? But how many newtons are... Oh, think, Emmett, think.
Okay,
h to the a multiplied by the inverse of a. H to the a multiplied by the inverse of a. Required to maintain a constant mass if acceleration is reduced by the inverse of its derivative of...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
Devo registrare. Non so cosa devo fare. Fallo risentire. Aspetta che lo prendo.
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. Line operator. But in that case, a... Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the a multiplied by the inverse of a. H to the a multiplied by the inverse of a. that even possible?
Adesso ho registrato, che cazzo devo fare adesso? Devi farlo sentire al vecchio. Devo andare ancora dal dottor Brown, vediamo. C'è la polizia, voglio tornare dall'altra parte. Devi farlo sentire al dottore, no? Il vecchio al dottore, no?
So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how long
Grande, grazie per l'aiuto.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So...
It'll be fine.
Psst, Doc! What was H again?
The Hamiltonian operator.
Got it. What was H again?
The Hamiltonian operator.
Got it. Hang in there, Doc.
Convinci il giovane Brown a aiutarti, ok. Devo ritornare. Devo tornare da Doc, sì, da Doc.
Constant massive acceleration is reduced by the inverse of the derivative of the speed relative to...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator?
Yeah!
Great Scott! If H is a Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Vengo dal futuro. Ho letto molto.
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket power drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Finalmente ho bisogno del suo turbo trampone.
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered this subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Ciao,
Yes. Is it
Massa.
vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa.
No! It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Devo andare a parlare con... C'è pure la vecchiaccia adesso. Devo parlare con lui.
What the hell, Matches? You got kiwi all over my socks!
Sorry, boss.
Get out of here! How about you?
Huh?
I'm sitting at a shoe shine booth. You walk up. Either you're here to shine my shoes, or you got a death wish. Which is it?
I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative.
Well, he's my employee. He's very busy today.
So dove?
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
So when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you missed a spot.
Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding?
It was McFly's hat. Now, it's my peanut bowl.
Could I buy Arthur's hat off you?
Could you keep your mind on your work, huh? Shoeshine boy? Hanging on to my peanut bowl.
Can I have some peanuts?
Why not? I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, break time's over. Back to work.
About Arthur McFly.
Yeah?
So when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you missed a spot.
So one more thing about that hat.
You're testing my patience, boy.
I sure could go for some peanuts.
Lucky for you, I'm in a giving mood.
Ciao Cristiano! Vieni su Twitch. Compra. Rispondo. Che devo...
On second thought, I'm not hungry.
Then quit wasting my time. Shine!
Non c'è risposta.
I guess you won't talk about your business.
Why not? I got nothing to hide. I recently acquired controlling interest in the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen.
Isn't a soup kitchen an odd line of business for a guy like you?
I like soup. Plus, I got a heart as big as all outdoors. Buff a little harder. I want to see myself in the toes.
Allora guarda il cappello, non sembra il tipo di Immensa dei forni.
Isn't a soup kitchen a business for a guy like you?
I like soup. Plus, I got a hut as big as all outdoors. Buff a little harder. I want to see myself in the toes.
So one more thing about that hat.
You're testing my patience, boy.
I sure could go for some peanuts.
Lucky for you, I'm in a giving mood.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
What the hell is that?
Hey!
Ho preso il cappello.
What'd you do?
Give me that hat, you lousy crook!
Emmett!
Ciao Paolo Pastorelli!
Emmett!
Chi è su YouTube, ragazzi, vieni su Twitch, mi fa piacere. Così alla fine facciamo un raid a qualcuno.
Nobody makes a monkey out of Kid Tannen!
Ha pestato la merda.
Ow! Fix me up!
Si è preso una merdata, eh? Aspettate un po', ragazzi. Sono 4 su Twitch. Dove ragazzi, se potete tutti venire su Twitch.
Where do you learn how to move like that?
Sandlot football. They used to call me the Streak.
Get out!
Adesso ci abbiamo il cappello. Ritorno al gioco. Esci. Aiuta a metà a consegnare il mandato di poter OutRun fare. Dove è andato? Dobbiamo tornare da dove?
You have to deliver a lot of subpoenas?
Father's always sending me out to do these dirty jobs. He wants to
Ciao,
expose me to
mamma,
different kinds of
grazie di
people.
essere stato
All he's
qui.
exposed me to
Grazie
is a lot of
sempre
new
dei
curse
film,
words.
fratello.
This subpoena's for Arthur McFly?
Have you seen him?
For a few seconds in the soup kitchen, but I think he's gone back into hiding.
Brilliant deduction, Einstein.
If serving subpoenas is such dirty work, why don't you just say no?
Look, what's the worst thing that can happen to me on this job?
You could get shot.
Yeah, well, believe me, that's nothing compared to what I'll get if I mouth off to my pop.
What do you know about Arthur McFly?
Certified accountant. Graduated Hill Valley 5 classes ahead of me. Seems like a nice fellow, actually.
How did he get mixed up with a guy like Kid Tannen?
Who knows? Sometimes people find themselves stuck in situations they can't get out of.
This might be a stupid question, but couldn't you have designed your rocket-powered drill to run on fuel that, you know, isn't illegal?
Illegal? What does law have to do with science? Science has its own laws. You of all people should know that.
Qual è l'idea su dove trovare McFly?
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
How about Kid Tannen? What do we know about him?
He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's not very bright, and he doesn't like anybody getting in his way.
Yep, that's a tannin, all right. But couldn't you tweak your engine design a little so it runs on something else?
Like what?
I don't know, gas maybe?
Gasoline? Pfft, yesterday's news. You'll see. By 1940, automobiles will all run on pure alcohol.
Some of us down at the patent office are wondering, what made you think of a rocket-powered drill?
Ah, that'd be Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. It was a revelation.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured. Have you read The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells? Not yet, but it's on my list.
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
Have you read The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells? Not yet, but it's on my list.
We'll get that subpoena delivered. My name isn't...
Michael Corleone!
Yeah!
Andiamo a parlare con la vecchia, vediamo. Dai che manca poco da chiudere la live, ragazzi.
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
What's the scoop?
I've heard rumors that something shady is going on at the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen. It's under new management, you know. And oh, we mustn't jump to any conclusions. Not till the facts are in. I hope to heaven it is just a rumor. That soup kitchen is the front line in the good fight. If it goes bad, what will happen to the Stay Sober Society? Not to mention all the charitable institutions that depend on me for soup deliveries.
Did you finish the story you interviewed me for? About Carl Sagan?
Yes, but those pig-headed editors at the paper rejected it. They said my story was slanted, and that I was glorifying a suspected arsonist. As if their stories aren't always glorifying the criminal vermin that run this town. This whole thing makes me so mad I could spit. Though of course I never would. There's an ordinance against it, and it's so untidy.
Fa consegna di zucca.
You make hot soup deliveries?
It's one of my many small contributions to the good cause. Healthy bodies, healthy souls, or so one hopes. I pick up barrels of hot soup at the kitchen, and I deliver them hither and thither. Hill Valley Orphanage, the St. Francis Xavier Ranch for Unwanted Children, Foggy Mountain Home for the Incurably Insane, Shady Acres Rest Home. Oh, I can barely keep track of them all. It's a very big job.
Posso aiutare a consegnare la zuppa? Cos'è la strada della strada Savaria? Mi dispiace per...
Hey, I can help you deliver soup. I donate a lot of time to charities.
Oh? Which ones?
The, Mario Brothers.
Ah, yes.
Mario
The
Brothers.
Italians do so many good works.
If you'll just fix it so I can pick up the barrels of soup.
Now hold your
Super
horses,
Mario
let's
Brothers.
not get overeager. I drive the soup cycle
Mario
in this
Brothers.
town, and I'm not about to turn it over to an upstart. But if you're well connected with the local charitable institutions,
Yeah?
you can let me know when they're running low on soup.
Conosco un'associazione che ha bisogno di carico di zucca.
As a matter of fact, I do know a local charity that's running low on soup.
Oh? Who?
L'orfanotrofio, istruzione bambini abbandonati a casa di riposo manicomio.
The orphanage.
My, how those little ragamuffins can eat. All right, Edna, just think of all those poor unfortunates and hold your nose. Mr. Donnelly!
rifiuto. Per vibrazione oggetti no, questo l'avevo già detto. Emmett ha bisogno di un alcol per il suo. Devo trovare l'alcol. Sono andato. Andiamo, credo che devo ritornare nel bar della suppa. Andiamo. Non credo che stanno devorando la suppa, credo calco. Dove cazzo è andato il negozio? Devo andare più su. Du, 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 du. Vuoi ritornare dalla vecchia famiglia?
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
Dobbiamo copiare la risposta.
You asked me to tell you if one of the local charities is running low on soup.
Does somebody need a visit from my soup cycle?
The Farm for Unwanted Children.
Perhaps their parents don't want them because they eat too much.
Grazie per il follow! Vecchio incabbiette. Ciao, benvenuto al... Spero che l'ho letto bene. Devo ritornare... Dove cazzo era per la suppa? Queste ciabatte, vecchie ciabatte, ok, scusa. Hai ragione, scusa del...
Hey, cue ball.
What?
The truck just arrived with a fresh shipment of, soup.
Soup?
Well, this is the regular soup, and this is the special soup.
Quello è l'alcol,
Right.
quello è l'alcol,
Special.
ragazzi, quello che dobbiamo provare per Dr. Brown.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm spicing up the soup. It's my secret recipe.
Listen, this ain't the Savoy, and we ain't here to feed these bozos no fancy soup. The boss has got a business to rebuild, so knock off the goofing and mind your post.
All right. Just try the soup. Well?
Ah, I can see why you want to keep this a secret.
Ciao Stefano, grazie di essere venuto. Devo prendere l'alcol. Devo ritornare da quella porta. Ciao Renpai, yesterday the event of the Back of the Future happened. 10-21-15. Sì, questo è vero. 21 ottobre, sì, hai ragione. Yes, you are right. Back to the Future 2. That was the date, but was 2015. You are right.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. Huddle up, Emmett.
Huddle?
Just listen up for a second. Any ideas about how to get the hooch?
Hooch?
The alcohol, Emmett.
One might come to the conclusion that the hooch is being hidden in some of those barrels.
You're probably right, but which ones?
Now, if I could get my hands on some of those barrels, I could weigh them and compare their specific gravity.
Specific gravity? Come on, Emmett. Kids' goons aren't gonna let us do an experiment on their barrels.
No, I suppose you're right. We'll just have to ask the guy behind the counter.
What? Ask him if any of his barrels are filled with illegal moonshine? Get real here.
Well, I imagined a modicum of subtlety would be used.
Subtlety. Right. Emmett, I can't get into the door over there. Those tables are jamming it shut.
The door? So your plan is to just waltz in there and take a barrel of alcohol?
No, of course not. That would be
Io credo
stupid,
che
right?
di
I'll
cambiare
say.
le botte con
Still,
quella
I'd like
zoppa
to get that
vera
door
e farla
open.
prendere
I can't do
dalla-
anything from out here.
dalla signora.
Well, it's a simple matter of physics. A lever, some sort of stop. Let me see what I can come up with.
No, I am speaking in Italian. But most of my followers are Italian. Rainpie, you're using? I'm Maltese. I'm streaming from Malta. But mostly of my followers are Italian. That's why I speak Italian. From which country you are, my friend?
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Oh, interesting. I am in the USA. Oh, good. You are American, my friend.
Excuse me.
You talking to me?
Let's go to Jets.
So this place used to be a soup kitchen.
What do you mean used to be? Despite
It's nice
recent
in
changes
Italy.
in ownership, this
Yes,
joint is
it's
still
nice, but me,
available
I'm
for the
not living in
purposes of
Italy. I live in
distributing
a
food
small
to the
island
needy
called
and the not so
Malta.
well-to-do.
But most of
And
my
no other
followers are
purposes
Italian,
whatsoever.
not followers. I
Right.
call them most brothers and friends, my friends, because I make a lot of friends from Italy. Very nice. Sì, è vera bella, ma l'Italia è bellissima. Se non sbaglio uno di questi anche la patch per sottotitoli telefonati. Io l'ho fatta la patch, ma vengono solo le risposte in italiano vecchie giabatte, vedi? Ma il sottotitolo non vengono. Aspetta, forse non ho...
Mind if I look around a bit?
No.
Aspetta, forse devo fare... Sottotitoli no, ecco qui, devo farli sì, forse adesso vengono i sottotitoli. Palla dal Villarato, vediamo adesso.
What is it, kid?
Hai visto? Grazie ragazzi, ho dimenticato di accendere i sottotitoli, che stronzo che sono. Can you speak English or translate the last message for me? Cos'è questo posto? Era una mess. Yes, I try to translate to you. Ok. Now he's tell him, if I choose this one, why Kid Taran have this place of soup? If I
What's a
tell
tough
him,
guy like Kid Tannen doing running a soup kitchen?
Mr. Tannen purchased the soup kitchen from the Sisters of Mercy in an effort to repair his reputation as a respectable community figure after his fine name was besmirched by the malignant and malicious,
I have to use all
the actions of the misguided vandals that done burned down his
Ragazzi,
place of
facciamo altri
business.
5
The
minuti.
speakeasy.
5 minuti
I
ci
cannot
fermiamo,
confirm nor deny any claims of so-called
perché sono
illegal
già le 9
bootlegging
e
at
5 minuti.
the
Devo ancora cenare.
just eat your damn soup, pipsqueak.
Se non sbaglio su questo se non sbaglio su questo c'è anche il patch per sottotitolo italiano. What did this message say? She said there's a patch that the subtitles come in English. That's he said. Oh, the subtitles come in Italian, sorry. And I switch on the subtitles that my Italian friends can read what are you saying in English. That's it.
So this place used to be a soup kitchen.
What do you mean used to be? Despite recent changes in ownership, this joint is still available for the purposes of distributing food to the needy and the not so well-to-do, and no other purposes whatsoever.
Right. Why's the soup in a barrel?
'Cause it's hard to ladle off the floor.
Could I have a bowl of soup?
You're a soup kitchen. What do you think?
What kind of soup is this? It tastes like...
Scrolle ribolita?
I was gonna say week-old cabbage.
Everyone's a critic. Look, all I got to work with is this 2-bit soup in a barrel and spice rack that hadn't been restocked since the Coolidge administration. What do you think I should do to perk this slop up?
Let's see. Have you tried... Salt?
Salt? What do you think, it's too bland? Too mild? I didn't put too much pepper in it, did I?
I just think you use a little more salt.
No accounting for taste these days.
Questo è il primo episodio di questo gioco è fatto da 5 episodi, Paolo. Questo continua dal terzo film di Ritorno al futuro, continua dopo, non è che cambia il trama degli altri 3, capito?
Eureka!
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. Pretty neat, Doc. Nope. I'm still not getting through here. But at least those tables are propped up now. I hope Doc Jr.'s thingamabob holds out. Emmett.
Yes?
Oh, that's interesting.
Just a little mechanical ingenuity. In the end, the door is open.
Yeah, good job. Obviously, this kitchen isn't the speakeasy.
Indeed. This must be some sort of front meant to cleverly and legally obfuscate the existence of a hidden establishment of ill repute. Perhaps in the basement.
Right, that might explain the elevator. Obviously, this kitchen isn't the speakeasy.
Indeed. This must be some sort of front meant to cleverly and legally obfuscate the existence of a hidden establishment of ill repute. Perhaps in the basement.
Right, that might explain the elevator.
Beh ragazzi, mi fermo qui perché
We'll score that hooch
sono già le
somehow.
9:10 minuti.
Cogitating.
Continuerò questo gioco il prossimo giovedì. Domani continueremo un altro gioco che abbiamo iniziato. Continueremo. Mi sono dimenticato quello che ti stavo dicendo. Insomma, domani vi saprò cosa continuare. Aspettate che vedo. Ho la schedule. Fatemi vedere. Beh, domani devo continuare. Insomma, ho dimenticato il gioco, ragazzi. Ho dimenticato. Aspettate che ritorno. Il ninja, no, il ninja si fa di lunedì. Il ninja si fa di lunedì, Paolo. Si fa di lunedì. Ragazzi, state tutte qui che facciamo un raid a qualcuno. Poi chiudiamo la live. Vediamo chi possiamo fare un raid. Vediamo. Aspettate che vedo chi di fra i miei amici è qui. Show. Beh, non vedo nessuno. Non vedo nessuno che lo conosco. Aspettate, show more. Vediamo. Vediamo chi possiamo fare un ride. State lì, Vediamo chi è questo. Vediamo il ride a questo. Si chiama Dom Dax Potean credo. Oh no, non è italiano. Troviamo qualcosa. Troviamo qualcuno italiano.
Una volta a fare AAA. Li ho fatti i AAA. Red Dead Redemption non è un AAA.
Ibro Jar. Facciamolo questo, ragazzi. State lì, State lì,
GTA
non andate
5.
via. Facciamo questo raid.
Doom. A Plague Tale. Outlast 2.
Ecco che parte, ragazzi.
Poi
mancano 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Revenant.
0. Right now.
Avventure grafiche. Journey. Hellblade. Sekiro. Oh, grazie per l'host, The Gamer. Grazie per l'host.
E abbiamo fatto questo raid. Ciao fratello, ti voglio bene anch'io, Rollo, grazie.
Che ci saranno tantissimi canali grossi, perché anche questa cosa è già stata fatta.
Grazie a tutti ragazzi che siete stati qui. Vi ricordo che domani continueremo un altro gioco, vi farò sapere cosa continueremo. Per ora un ciao dal vostro Dancone e vi voglio bene tutti. Rain Pie, bye my friend, and I tell you, can you please follow me on my channel, and you can even find me on YouTube, and you can even find me on Facebook, and you even can find me on the other channels. Ciao Rollo, grazie anche, ti dico di ciao, ti voglio bene anch'io fratello, ciao a tutti.